What's up, everybody? This is Fidel with Talking Again podcast. This is The Tap. Welcome to another edition of the show where you will hear the stories of those unique individuals that I call my friends. Let's tap into it.
I had different stages of my life where as I grow, like I like certain types of music. But I always like all kinds of genres, but there was a time I was more into rock and I thought I was muy rockero and all this shit.
Yeah. Like rock en español or just rock?
De todo,
like,
de todo, yeah.
All right.
I even auditioned for a couple bands.
Shut up.
Believe
Did
it
you
or not,
really?
yeah.
Yeah? Like,
Yeah.
wait, high school or what?
When I moved to Long Beach.
Yeah. What age? How old were you when
What
you
was that, like 19?
Okay. Oh, right out of high school then.
I thought I could be like Chino from Deftones.
Yeah.
I guess not. I never got a call back. Apparently the pig squeal is not worshipped.
You got a pig squeal on you?
In rock music.
Can you still do that? You think you can use it now?
It's not the cool thing to do.
Oh, I guess because you didn't get the
Because
gig.
you had it, yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
On Craigslist, some youngsters that were doing some shit in a garage, you know?
Yeah.
Only crazy people do shit in their garage.
Only crazy people will look at Craigslist for you know.
I wasn't in
Try
the
to get a
casual
gig.
encounter site, I'll let you know. But yeah.
What is it called? Somebody told me this weekend. POF. You ever heard
What's
of that?
stand for?
Yeah,
You got all
exactly.
kinds of shit.
That was my thing. I was
Think
like,
of something.
they go
You-
POF, and I'm like, what the heck is POF?
You know, if I come up with what I think that
Yeah,
means,
yeah,
you
yeah.
probably if I come up with what I think that means, you probably have to edit it. So, yeah.
Oh no! Can you share?
Is it
Share.
X-rated?
No, but just share.
Hmm?
Share. What is it that you think it is?
It probably means she or he doesn't like anal.
No.
Well, obviously, if it's a he wouldn't have a choice, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're way
It
out.
probably stands for pito on front. Only
Is that's trucker talk?
I don't fucking know, bro.
You know what?
I never heard POF.
No, I'm going.
I
on.
heard
Okay.
of DTF.
All right. Yeah, down the fuck.
CTM.
What's CTM? Oh, wait, CTM, ATM.
CTM. Chinga tu madre.
Oh, okay. You know what ATM? Oh, you're gonna get schooled today, bro.
Let me know.
All right, POF
Mr.
is
Mr. 10-4.
yeah, Mr.
I
10-4.
tried. You thought it was? I was changing the time from 10 to 4.
You know
I
that
told you that means okay.
You know that
In
was a
trucker
joke.
Talk, it doesn't mean.
You know that was a joke. I was gonna. You know what I was gonna text you in translation? I'm gonna translate it in Spanish 10-4.
Okay.
Because obviously in
Because
text
we had agreed to
in
meet
text
between
form,
noon and 3.
correct. Which it's already way past 3.
Yeah.
So, good luck explaining that to your wife.
Yeah.
But we said I was gonna say diez cuatro, but in text form translation, right? Diez cuatro is the same shit, 10-4. You know, but anyways,
But in this day and age, I could have probably said that offends me.
yes, you probably took it. You would have took it out of context because the text is when you take things out of context. But anyways, POF.
So
POF
what that?
is plentyoffish.com. How the fuck was I supposed to know that? I haven't dated ever since before 1990, the summer of 99. So how am I supposed to know that?
My question is,
POF.
how did you end up there in the first place?
Well, you know, dating sites. If you want to, Plenty of Fish is a dating site. That's what That's what it is.
But you saw POF on Craigslist.
No. Craigslist is totally off topic. Forget about Craigslist. Somebody
Oh.
we were having a conversation and someone said, "Oh, that's a POF picture," and I'm
This
like,
is
"What?
going
The,
all
what?
over the place. I love it.
This is what my podcast is. It's all over the place."
I like it.
But going back to ATM is ass to mouth. Let that sink in.
Oh.
Nasty, gross.
Oh.
Anyways, the guest today for the show
Wait, I gotta write that one down. Hold on.
all right, write it down. Take notes.
All right. What's up?
Is my buddy Luis. Can I call you my buddy? Even though we've only
You
met a few
gave me
times.
beer, so we're buddies.
My buddy Luis.
Wait, are you gonna charge me for that?
No,
All
no,
right,
that
okay.
one's
My buddy.
good. Yeah,
Buddy. Oh.
buddy. That's so my buddy Luis, the
I just want the free beer.
the free beer, the owner. I'm gonna say the owner of Containeroz.
I wouldn't expect you to butcher that, but it's good. Try it again.
Containeroz.
Oh,
Did I say it right?
try it again. Say it really fast 3 times.
Wait, if I say it 3 times, is it gonna come back to life and is it gonna haunt me later?
Nah, we're good.
All right, Containeroz.
Yeah,
and
you're good. Yeah,
Containeroz.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
How would you say it?
Containeros.
Oh, so you're keeping the contain and then just adding the eros at the end.
Yeah, yeah. If you were trailero,
Mm-hmm.
esos traileros son bien locos, you know, they just cut me off, you know.
Yeah.
In general, you know, people that don't know about the industry and how we're in a rush most of the time and how we gotta put the turn signal, and it doesn't mean I'm asking for your permission. It means like,
I'm going.
motherfucker,
I'm going in.
You know, letting you know.
Yeah.
Because we already know how it is. That you put the turn signal, it means speed up and don't let me in.
For us casual drivers like that don't have the someone told me that, is that a C on film? I think it's a C. That they have the class C, and one of my previous guests, Troquera B, Brenda, she said, "Oh, you have a child's license." That's what the class C means, child's license, and the A is for adults. Is that right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Sums it up.
Maybe a child, as in they act childish as soon as you hit that turn signal and they don't want to let you in.
Going back to
share the road, fucker.
yeah,
Right?
you put that turn signal on, and not mine, but people that have the class C, most
Friend
of them,
of a friend.
a friend of a friend, their natural is to go faster, to drive faster, because they don't want to get stuck behind the big rig. But let me tell you guys right now, crazy little secret I learned. My dad's a truck driver. If you allow this trucker to move to the right in front of you, all you gotta do is slow down a little bit. If you allow him to move in front, you could even flash your lights. It's a little signal. You can flash your lights.
Coast is clear.
Allow him or her, because there's female truckers, to move into that lane. It just freed up some space on the other lane. It's easier for me with a small little vehicle to just move to the left, pass you up, say goodbye. I'll even throw my hazards on, just to say, hey, thanks, man. We got you. I got you. But not a lot of those think like that.
Traffic is traffic, and people don't look at it like they just see it like what it is. They're not thinking of the big picture. If you see in Google Maps, it will obviously show that area is congested as fuck, and technically it's a big truck. You feel you're losing so much momentum in fucking 5 mile per hour traffic, but that same truck took up the space of like 5 or 6 trucks that are gonna get in front of you anyways.
Yeah.
Or further down the road, there's endless amount of traffic. So what does it matter? Everyone's going that way, and just deal with it. So whether it's 40 feet of a truck or 53 feet, 70 feet, whether it all adds up, whether with trucks or cars, same shit. You're going to do the same amount of time. I've done this experiment where I like take it easy.
Yeah.
And I've been the guy on the other side that's going crazy.
Yeah.
Cutting left and right. And I feel so stupid. I get to a point where the guy that's chilling, he's right next to me. And I hope that he doesn't notice it. I'm like, oh, shit. Just keep looking straight.
You know what? I'm that guy. So I'm the one that's always like, look at that motherfucker, dude. He's getting all crazy. He's driving there, and I bet you in 5 or 10 miles, I'm going to see him down there later on. And I do. And I see him down there.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, you see, cabron? And they don't look. They know I'm there. I know they know I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that's driving a white Jetta Sport wagon. You know, nobody drives a white Jetta Sport wagon. Unless you're out there driving a white Jetta Sport wagon. My apologies. But I know that you see me. And you're not going to look because you're embarrassed. But anyways, that goes on to about sharing the road.
And it's unfair. Like in life and traffic or relationships, we adapt to what we have lived through. So the next guy gets the consequences from that. So maybe a big rig cut you off and you think he's a fucking asshole. But in reality, he's been courteous, putting the turn signal, and people, instead of letting them in, they speed up. So now he adapted, and he puts a turn signal at simultaneously. So it's a combo now.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, whoa. But that's how it has to be done. We adapt.
Yeah.
And it's considered being an asshole, but we just adapted to people not letting us in.
That's not your biggest challenge, though, in the industry, right?
No, there's a shitload of stuff. Yeah.
What would you be able to rate any of them, like 1 through 3 or 1 through 5? I'm sure there's more, but
There's a lot, and I really don't want to butcher it because
No, this is your own personal one, so you can't butcher it if it's your own
it's okay
personal
then.
opinion,
So if
right?
I look like an idiot, then it's
not,
on me.
It's
Cool.
not. Yeah, that's your
I
own.
like that.
Yeah.
So from where I stand, I'm tired of regulations or rules being made, and they're not really defined. So, for example, the whole 100-mile radius, if you're a local driver, so it makes you exempt from ELD, from what I believe.
What's ELD?
Electric log device. I
Okay.
believe.
Oh, but like when you have your books, kind of logging in your miles and stops and all that.
It's like being a trucker on probation or some shit.
Yeah.
Because you got to be babysat. I think they just want a reason. They want to bombard you with reasons to fuck up, because from the fuck ups there are profits, you know.
So you guys get fined and
Yeah, I've heard guys that get caught with like a logbook violation. What they do, they make you stay there mandatory 10 hours to do the reset.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you get an $800 fine. And I think that's a point and a half. So I may be wrong.
Yeah.
Don't fucking attack me.
What's worse? Staying there for 10 hours or paying the $800 fine? Would you rather just pay the $800 fine and let me go so I can
It's not either or.
working?
It's a combo.
Yeah.
And this chair is bugging me. I think it's bugging you, huh?
Oh, the noise?
Are you good?
I'm okay.
All right, cool.
Fuck it. It is what it is. I ran out of WD-40.
Yeah.
You know?
Should have brought my truck. I carry that shit.
Yeah, miss?
That's how it's like, the 20-foot chassis that don't want to budge.
Yeah.
To extend them. We got to get creative when we're doing ports.
So you're mostly based out of ports, and when you drive, you're again containers, containeros.
Yeah.
So a lot of all your work is based out of the ports, right? So you're in and out of them.
Yeah, even though that's the name and all that. If I can find work elsewhere, I'm down for it. You know, at the end of the day,
Owner operator, right? So that means
yeah.
you can. You're not working.
Yeah,
for a
at the end of
company.
the day, we just want to pay the bills. You know.
Yeah.
But in the ports, that's where I got introduced to trucking. You know, my dad got me in. He paid for my truck driving school. I went to a Harbor Trucking School in out of Wilmington at the time.
Yeah.
I believe. I would always ride I would have to ride my bike there from Long Beach Boulevard all the way to PCH and by Euclid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many miles that is.
Bicycle.
Yeah.
Shit, old school pedaling.
Which allegedly, no, I won't say how I got that bike, but it was a Haro. I was very proud of that bike.
A Haro?
A Haro.
Is that a type of bike?
That was a cool bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had all the pegs all around.
Nice.
You could spin and the brake lines didn't get caught up.
Yeah.
So you could do the spins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your dad paid for the school. You got that thing going. You used to ride your bike back and forth.
Yeah, but I had to pay it back. So that was him showing me like,
let me help you out and get
there's
you
no
started.
handouts, but
yeah.
I'm helping you, but you gotta help yourself. So
Yeah.
you helping yourself is paying me back.
Yeah.
So at the time I didn't see it like that. I was like, oh, like no disrespect to him. I was like, oh, you know, we always have those rebellious moments, you know,
Yeah.
with parents.
Well, how old were you when you started? When
19.
you started that? 19 years old.
Yeah. If I was 19 now, and I wouldn't be able to start the same month. Back then, it's when it was less cartel involvement, less political cartel.
No, I was gonna say
know?
cartel.
Yeah.
Okay, political cartel.
Yeah, so-
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I passed the schooling, and then I worked at Albertsons to pay back. You know, I was trying to work
as a
at
driver
Albertsons
or Albertsons.
before I got hired as a driver.
Oh, okay.
I was still working. I got my license, but I didn't find nothing right away. Right? But a week later I did. But I didn't know how it was, you know? Meanwhile, I was working at Albertsons. And I hate customer service jobs since then because some people, if they're at a certain level, like...
Oh, they feel entitled?
How you treat other people, it'll say a lot about the type of person you are. So if you're like a piece of shit, you're obviously going to treat a dog like shit or a child or someone that can't defend themselves.
Anyone you feel that's lesser than you.
Yeah. But those people act accordingly. They know who to fuck with. You know what I mean? And fortunately or unfortunately, I'm very observant of that. And I hate to feel like I'm being disrespected. You know what I mean? But anyway, this one time how I got fired from Albertsons,
No.
this lady was really anal about her fucking eggs, dude. I'm like, she's like,
wait, you didn't put them in the bottom, did you? The bottom of the bag?
she just said make sure you don't crush them. And that day I had it, and
Oh,
I fucking crushed all of them on purpose.
that's going back to saying all the shit that was going down for you, previous experiences, and you took it out on that lady right there with the eggs.
Maybe at the moment from experiences within the store, of how people would treat the employees. Yeah, maybe so. And I guess I kind of knew I had something lined up, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go be a trucker and make dollars. You know, I'm gonna make all this money. Little did I know I'll be paying all this money. You know, the fucking. But anyways, yeah, that's how I got fired from there for crushing some old lady's eggs. She went and complained, and I had already a couple warnings. So.
Let me make a note. I'm gonna get that phrase right there and then put it on a trailer for us when I promote the show.
What's it gonna say?
When you said you got fired, you got fired for crushing some old lady's eggs. You get dismissed from Albertsons. So what happens next? You right away you line up that driving job, the trucker job, or does it take some time?
Within a week, I believe. Like I said, I don't have this fucking photographic memory, they call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's people that say, yeah, when I was sick, because I had this fever, and I remember my father coming in the room, and I had a 97.1. It was 6 p.m., and then he gave me this Tylenol, and then he said, look, son. No, none of that shit. I don't even fucking remember where I lived when I was 6, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm doing it to the best of my ability, you know?
Yeah.
It might have been all the fun times I've had in the past, you know, fried a little bit of the brain cells, but we're growing them back, you know? There's a lot of changes coming, and I've been growing and, you know, learning from all that shit.
Right.
I guess I have to go through some shit to learn some shit, you know?
Yeah.
So everything I say is to the best of my ability. If I ever butcher it or the facts aren't right, I'm down to, what do you call it? Take ownership that I fucked up.
Right. So
everything I'm sharing is based on what I remember. So, So what I remember, I got fired from there. And I was actually happy I got fired. I was like, F this, you know?
Finally, I can move on. I could do my thing.
Security will fucking fool you. You'll get in your comfort zone. It's comfortable, but it's not out of this world, your experience. Mediocre. I'm not okay with mediocre. I've experienced it, you know? And it's okay to be like that, but I'm not saying that like I talk down on people like that, but I've always been a dreamer, you know?
Yeah.
But I've also fucked up a lot of shit. Like I started a lot of stuff. I've done all this. I'm a sucker. Sometimes your dream to make it is so big that people see the vulnerability and they offer you something that seems like an escape, but it's for their own benefit.
Te la pintan bien, right? They picture nice, good
there was
story.
This whole time with all this whole multi-level marketing bullshit.
Oh my God,
you know? I was like 16, and at the time I was living in the projects, and they have your whole income documented and everything, right? So I was at an age where I already had a work permit, I believe. And as soon as they know you're working, they come in and
so you're like 15,
income.
16 years old, somewhere on there.
Yeah, so if they get your income and they see your son is making money, now they're going to raise your rent or you won't qualify for Section 8.
Oh, fuck.
And they could kick your parents out, your family, you know?
Now
so I saw the risk. I'm like, okay,
multi-income family home
so
now.
I want to make it and do something, but it'll affect my mom and my sister, so...
Yeah.
So my crazy ass, I got into my... I had a Blazer at the time that my mom had bought me. Yeah, my mom bought me a fucking car. But,
that's how we all got started. I had an Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
I had a Cutlass Sierra Oldsmobile.
If you ain't a piece of shit, you always pay it back somehow. But anyways, did that, and I moved out, and I went to some lady's house that supposedly they were getting into some business, like promoting hemp. Way back then, before it even hit.
Yeah, before it's legal. Yeah.
So I move in. That lady was like a crazy entrepreneur lady in Fresno.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, fuck it.
So you grew up in...
And I found her at Craigslist.
We were just talking about Craigslist.
So I moved over there.
All right.
And she's like, you know what, we're doing this. I'm looking for clients that I can introduce to this hemp stuff. Or, I don't fucking
like lotions and stuff like that, or what?
I think she was ahead of her time, man, because as of recently, I think hemp and CBD, that's the thing that's hitting, you know, the market. But dude, I move out. Her husband made like a wall. Like he went to Home Depot and got all this shit to make like a barrier or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my room. So I show up, and the next day we're supposed to go work and hit up prospects. I'm supposed to go with her, you know.
Yeah.
She needed like a young guy to promote it to. I guess she had certain demographics, and I would handle certain. I didn't know. I was fucking 16, 17. Didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
She wanted to move out. I'm like, fuck it. This lady said I'll live with her for free, and it just got to be her assistant and help her out.
Yeah.
So I got fired the same day. I got fired, and I got kicked out the same day because I slept in.
Oh.
And this lady didn't even bother to wake me up because she kind of left it up to me.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't wake up,
trying to teach you a little lesson.
I didn't know she was that strict, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking sleeping in, but yeah.
What do you mean you were 16
Kick
years
rocks,
old?
vámonos.
Yeah.
Pack all my clothes and my little Glad bags in the blazer and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the rest, man. But I think somehow I ended up back home, but only like for like a year before I moved over here.
Yeah.
And pursued the trucking with my dad.
So now, now you get your license. Now your dad pays for your school, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get your license. You're working at Albertsons.
Mm-hmm. Get
right?
fired.
Get fired. And then when does it come? When do you start driving?
Then like within a week, I find this company that does recycle out of a lot of recycling containers.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, they gave me insurance. But back then, allegedly, you could just print an insurance policy.
Oh yeah,
you
fake
print
one.
it out.
Yeah.
Put your name on there. You'll fold that fucking paper and put it on your visor. You know, if you ever need it.
And that goes for anything. That goes for regular class C drivers too. Like you could have you
yeah.
could have printed out.
I don't know if you could still do that now.
Nah, not anymore. Now everything's like registered. It's all digital, you know. So you can't.
Yeah, like with Class C, you could keep because when you pay for your insurance policy, they'll send it. It'll say valid through this year.
Yeah.
And you don't pay your fucking bill halfway. You still have that paper that says it's valid through. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they always adapt. So now they just input your shit.
It's all
they
database.
know it's not paid. You know.
Yep.
But back then, yeah. So
you start working for this recycle company.
yeah, they had a lot of like scrap metal.
Yeah.
Put it in containers, exports. And my first day, I had a 45-foot empty, right? I don't know the street, but if you go down PCH, where it meets the 110, you make a right to go north. Okay? Right there where you make a right to go north, suppose I'm coming south on the street. So in that case, you have to do like a U-turn to get onto the 110 north.
Yeah.
So my stupid ass had a 45-foot, right? And it's my first time, like, you know, like really working in a 45-foot empty and chassis. And so I fuck up and I rip off like half the axle on the right-hand side, you know? So now on my first trip, I'm on the freeway now and the colita of the trailer is like sideways, you know, on the other lane and shit, you know? Well, technically, I think it was more towards the edge, so I had to be. I forget the angle, but it was fucked up. So what I do, I get on the freeway, and as soon as I get on the next exit, I get off and I go back to the terminal and return that shit. I engate it, I drop it on wheels, and I get the fuck out. And that was my first day.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, I don't know if I would have got away with it now, but.
So you didn't tell anybody? You just said, hey, leave it here. I'm out of here. And then whatever came.
I ended up telling them, but.
Oh, you did?
They were just glad that I got rid of it real quick, and they never got billed for it, from what I know.
Oh.
Yeah. And I just kept working there. I started fresh the next day, you know? But I called it a day after that. I'm like, nah, fuck that. But I know those can be expensive. A buddy fucked up an axle, and it was like over $2,000, you know?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would have come out of your
check. So I just dropped it on wheels, and let's go.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Alleged. I think the time has elapsed. No, on that one.
Allegedly.
We'll just say well, we haven't said the name of the company, so we're good.
Yeah.
So then after that, how long are you there? How long are you at the recycle company for? Because now you're still working for a company. You're not owner operator, so you're still there.
Yeah. That was 2000. I got my license December 2006. Towards the end of December, I started with them. And then in the middle of like August 2007, I left for a personal venture for like a year and a half or two.
Personal venture, huh?
Yeah.
Is that when you're trying to be a rock and rollero?
No. No. Yeah. I was trying to, yeah.
Oh, we don't want to
We'll
talk about
that for another podcast.
That'll be another podcast. So then what's the second gig for the trucking? What's the second gig after the recycling company?
Allegedly very illegal, but then I came back and applied again, and by then there was the clean truck thing going on, and it was 2009, I believe, and I started hanging out more with my dad, going on trips with him, and
now is your license still valid at that time? Like you still have that Class A? That's valid?
Yeah, I kept it like that. Yeah.
So when you go on trips with him, are you guys going back and forth? Sometimes you drive, sometimes he drives.
No, I didn't have to. He didn't mind. It was just tagging along, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't have shit to do, and then while I got, ¿cómo se dice? Mientras shit lined up, he got me into that company, and then eventually he hopped on. They got the clean trucks in, and he hopped on a lease. And I kept his old truck, his 2002 Freightliner Columbia, mid-roof, red. I was gonna buy it for $12,000, and then they told him that this truck is not allowed in the ports no more. So I had only been working there about a month, and I was excited that I was gonna have my own truck eventually.
Yeah.
But then he told me, hey, son, sorry, you know, they say it's not going to be allowed. So I think I'm going to sell it to them before the value goes down way more.
Yeah.
But at the time, he didn't know that there were all these grants and shit. So they said, yeah, your truck's worthless. We'll give you $10,000. Then they turned around and flipped it for the $50,000 grant and profited $40,000.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. So I had to do the same and hop on a truck myself.
Yeah.
And that's how you got a clean truck. Clean.
So this clean truck goes back all the way back then to 2009? 2007, 2009?
To hit it right on to be 100% certain when it was active, 2010. But this is,
all right,
from what I know, you know. Yeah. But the trucks were made in 2008, but they were 2009 models and already rolling. But when I got mine, 2010.
Yeah.
Well, people that are trying to get in the port game as of now, I think they're requesting that their trucks that they come in with are 2015 and up with DEF.
That's what it was, 2015.
There's different levels.
That's what it was, DEF.
There's DPF, the original, what it started with, and then DEF. Yeah, man, but we're all about clean air, but it's okay if everyone gives a shit, then everyone should pitch in, you know?
Yeah.
And it should be a global thing because the air doesn't give a fuck. Oh, I'm in Arizona state line. I better head back to Cali because I'm clean air. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, clean air doesn't work like that. It should be everyone's concern. It just seems like California thinks they're their own fucking country or some shit. Because how are California regulations above or they exceed the federal requirements?
Yeah.
I think they need to be put in check. That's just me.
No, and you know what? That's it's an argument that should be had.
Who knows? Maybe I should read up on it and I can say shit and make sense. But it sounds like people are trying to be like, we're tired of this shit. We're just gonna run our own shit.
Yeah.
Which
that's when it gets really crazy because then you got almost inmates trying to run the asylum. It gets all crazy. You know, it's me versus you.
I like your marketing skills. You said asylum. My T-shirt says asylum.
You like that, right? I'm no dummy. I mean,
wait, you just said
I'm not that. I didn't say I was that smart. I just said I wasn't no dummy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but one of the things I wanted to ask you.
What's the code word for I gotta go take a leak,
dude? We're thinking the same right now because I gotta take a piss so hard.
Yeah,
I've only had like 2 beers and I'm already like I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, I've only had one.
He's only had one. But
Suman, one.
Do you guys do a bottle?
One echo, one.
When you guys are driving, when you're driving and you have to take a piss hard, like it's gonna take you a few minutes to pull over, go find some pit stop to go take a piss. Or do you just take out the old bottle and just? I remember my dad used to take out 2-liter bottles and just fucking pee or a milk gallon, and just me out.
There's different styles. I mean, there's truckers that don't give a shit. They'll pull over, whip it out, boom.
Yeah.
There's guys that'll pick it by size, like if it was a condom, They go Magnum on the fucking piss bottles, I only do Gatorade, son. That's all I do.
Wide mouth.
Yeah. I don't do no Aquafina bottles, But, yeah. Everyone's has their style. Allegedly. But, it's because sometimes you can't always stop. But then if you have an epic fail and you spill shit, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
I guess that's what some people say, dirty truckers, but they don't see the reasons people have to sacrifice some stuff and cut corners. And you put so much pressure on an individual, and then you expect them to perform at their peak all the time, but you don't see all the stuff that's, impeding their progress, and they're forced to cut corners.
Yeah.
But you don't want to talk about the corners they had to cut because they were caused by your demands. So if you do that, then you'll see them like there's a flaw in what you demand. Yeah. So it'll make you look stupid. Right. And if it's generating funds, it's like, that's done. What law do we come up next? What law do we come up next? What law? What's the next law?
How can we make more money?
How do we make it seem like it's for the people, but we get some money, because we care about the air so fucking much,
All about the money, dude.
Yeah.
Well, look, as we come to a quick little pit stop, we'll get back into the whole talk about dirty truckers, and we'll get into a little bit more. But we'll definitely have a pit stop right now, and then we'll get back to you guys pretty soon.
2 hours later.
I don't remember where we left off at because it was a long piss break. Why don't we just start off with this? Where did the name Containeros come from? Because when I first met you, oh shit, dude, you know what? Hold on. I know this is crazy and it's out of frame and it's a little unethical, but I'm going to go back in time. Yes?
No.
Okay, I'm going back in time.
Yes. Ethical. I want to see why it's unethical.
That's why. So for a whole month when I was recording, I was on that calendar. We used to be back there behind you.
Yeah.
And it was on January. and I just noticed now that I hadn't changed it. I was on February and I hadn't changed it to March.
Oh, you haven't?
So I'm on I was on February now. I'll go back to March. But shout out to Marla and everybody.
And shout out to Sucio that stayed on for an extended time with his Kenworth. Because Sucio's the February truck, right?
That's right. Yeah, that was Sucio's, right? So shout out. But yours was on there for a long time. Because I think I even had that there in February too. Huh. Containeros. I'm sorry, man. I keep butchering that name.
No, it's not that bad. I've heard KONTAINEROZ, like the Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
you're the KONTAINEROZ, huh?
Yeah, that is a lot worse. Yeah. So, where did the name come from? How'd you come up with the name?
The Spanish word. If you haul trailers, trailero,
Yeah.
From traileros.
Mm-hmm.
Container haulers. That's already been around.
So
I just gave it my own twist. Because it's containeros. Because they haul containers.
Mm-hmm.
Containeros, like you're a rapper. Esos raperos. Esos.
Right.
You get the point.
Right? Yeah, no. So that was the lingo going, and
even
it still
like in
is.
drinking and stuff, they have this thing, the SoCal cerveceros.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So you add your little, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
so
what it is.
your spin to it was a K.
Yeah, the K and a Z and a backwards N. That was the backwards N was added by someone from one of the groups that I made, and he came with some stickers, and then we started sharing them to people that were members or part of that Facebook group, and just stuck with it.
That face group, it was
So it has a lot of different things, even though it's just one word.
Yeah.
It has a K and a Z and a backwards N.
But
it's not gang related.
It's not gang related, guys. Just so that you guys know, it's not gang related.
Don't jump me. That's happened to me before. I don't want to go through it again. Anyways.
Was that at the ports when it happened?
No.
Okay. The Facebook group, you said you had it going, right? You guys had a group thing going.
Yeah, because there was cameras already. There's cameras that you could check, but the cameras they deceive you because I may be wrong, but the cameras, it'll seem empty outside.
Wait, what cameras are we talking about? Because I'm a little lost right now. At the
You
ports?
could go online and check the cameras.
Live port cameras?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah, there's this website called peertrucker.com.
Yeah.
And they have a live feed of the cameras of each terminals depending where you're at. But it just shows the entrance.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you think because the entrance is full, you want to avoid it. But it's just weird how they operate. I don't know their plans or whatever. And I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but it seems like the work is fabricated. Like it could be slow as fuck, and you still see long lines. It makes no fucking sense. And then you get inside and it's dead. Crickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or it's empty outside and inside it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Yeah.
It's slow. There's no ships. We're fucked. It's busy. We're fucked. Always fucked. I just want to understand it and make something work and flow.
Yeah.
To where it's mutual gain. I look out for the best interest of Containeros, you know?
You guys started it as a kind of like first, maybe just a little clicky thing, right? Like, hey, we all do the container thing. Boom,
Yeah,
boom,
so that was the
boom.
catch. I made the Facebook group. I've been told there was already other groups similar before that.
Yeah.
But gracias a Dios, like this one picked up, I guess. I don't know. Which is kind of, the argument is like a waste of time, I guess. Because you could argue with like PG&E and shit when they had the phone and okay, but like where are you now, right?
Right.
I guess the moment you're worried about competition, then you've already lost because you should be more focused on your vision than if people copy, if people do this, then you're doing something right, and you want to see if that technique will work for them, but it might never work because they're not you.
Yeah.
In general, humildemente for the haters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm starting to see it. Like, not everyone's gonna like you, but the ones that do, they genuinely do, and that's good enough.
So where you started it off as a kind of like, hey, this is a little group.
Oh yeah,
kind of clicky, right?
Yeah.
Now where did it get? Now it's to another level.
Oh yeah, I lost you, huh? When that part.
Well, we just drifted in a different direction.
Yeah, with
but
the
that's
cameras.
fine.
With the cameras.
Yeah.
This wouldn't happen on a Joe Rogan podcast. Just fucking with you.
100% right, man.
Anyways.
Dude, hey, how do you guys do it, man? I gotta take another piss. It's like, god damn, like.
You gotta take another piss.
Dude.
Oh, fuck,
like
man.
that's how sometimes I feel like I just
You gotta be prepared,
nah.
bro. I'm ready.
No, we can go on break. No, but we can go on break. Hold.
Yeah. So where were we?
Yeah. So the videos, live.
Oh,
live
yeah.
streaming.
Oh yeah. So there were videos to see what you're getting into, and you'll be discouraged from going to a certain terminal based on what you saw in the video. And then so I just said, why don't I make a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group, I'll go in. Once I'm in, I'll put pictures of how it really is inside, like real pictures, like that day. Guys, it's dead outside, but don't be misled. Once you get here, there's empty lines that wrap all around. You know, avoid it if you can, because there's times when you have a choice of which terminal to take, a certain empty and stuff. But it's changed a lot lately. But there were times like that where you could choose. Go here or go there. So when it was up to a choice, you would check the cameras to see what best serves you.
The
But
society,
yeah, I keep getting stuck in that part.
the society.
The society. Okay.
Now we're starting something totally different.
Mhm.
You created this logo right here that we see behind us. Hopefully everybody can see it good. I don't remember if they can see it, but you say you don't see it because of the glare, but I think they can see it good. But let's talk about the society and what it means to you right now, and why you started it.
How we got there?
Correct.
Containeros, the stickers, get it known. the more people that had it, they knew like, oh, I'm part of that clique. It's just like we created like a brotherhood amongst ourselves. So you see someone come in, you let them in. You see them stranded, if you can, you'll stop and help them, etc. And then to share the port statuses through Facebook. At some point, we were having meetings, but it got to the point where I was just meeting up and just drinking and doing stupid shit, punching holes in walls where we were meeting, doing stupid shit, It was like not guided in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's basically meeting up a bunch of truckers and doing some destructive shit or hanging out and, well, it wasn't intended to be destructive, but somehow it always ended like that from my end.
Just drinking, partying.
Yeah, so it's like I wanted it to be what I originally wanted, like a change,
A movement.
But I just didn't know how to do it. And, excuse me. So, I went in it not knowing how to do anything and not knowing what to expect, but knowing where I want to be, or Simply put, I just want respect for all the owner-operators, all the truck drivers that do containers, because we're looked down on like the fucking bottom of the barrel. Like, it's just, we have that reputation.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make that cool. Put a little twist to it, make a brand out of it. Get it known. Be proud that you're a container hauler. But then it got to a point where all the meetings and all that, it wasn't going nowhere. You saw the stickers, it wasn't going nowhere. It was just stickers. Stickers became the new honking. Like, what's the sticker doing? It's just there.
Yeah.
There had to be action behind it. And then there was a moment where it was kind of dead, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And then fast forward to last year, around June, there was this guy, Geo Mars, at Geo Mars with a Z.
Wait, is it Geo with Geo or Gio?
Gio.
Gio.
Mars. He's a truck driver, owner-op, and a real estate agent. And then his entrepreneurial side kicked in, and he was hitting me up on direct message like, "Oh, we should do something." And then I added him on the Containeroz card and promoting him, like, that he could be the trucker's realtor,
Yeah.
That's the little name we came up with.
Yeah.
You should promote yourself as that, the trucker's realtor. But then he showed a lot of interest, like genuine interest, and then opening statements of like, I'm not in it for the money, I have a passion for this, and it caught my attention, I'm like,
Yeah.
You know what? It was a plateau. I hit a plateau with the plateau.
Yeah, you hit it.
You said it. You said it, but plateau. You hit a plateau, and I offered him to be my business partner in pursuing this on a political level and getting serious with it.
Yeah.
So we did KONTAINEROZ Society. It's a nonprofit, and the goal is to represent all the owner-ops. Since we're independent contractors, and I think the code word within independent means you're alone, because you fucking feel like you're alone in this.
Yeah.
We're all too busy out there getting it, so we don't have time to be like, brother, hey, brother, you want to help you, brother? No,
Yeah.
I've got to pay my rent, motherfucker,
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't, Hey, brother, can you stop? Because we're going to protest that they're adding a new year to these trucks, the clean trucks. Nah, brother, my truck is still good till 20,
Yeah.
But mine's going to be out soon. Hey, I got a newer truck, bro. I can't
Sucks
stop.
for you.
I can't stop with you,
Yeah.
So that was kind of, that was a good move on them to put like a year difference. Because if anything had to be done, it had to be done the moment they proposed those clean trucks.
Yeah.
Everyone should have stopped. I believe Houston did it. They're like, fuck that. We're not doing clean trucks. They all
Yeah.
stopped at the same time.
Yeah.
Supported each other. But if you have people that jump on board and got the trucks right when they asked for them, and then shortly after they change the year to 2015 and up, all the people that have 2015 and up are not going to stop to support the ones with 2009.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
They chose a side.
They divided and conquered.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was purposely done, but that's
Well,
how it is.
I think big businesses have been doing that for many years, is where they kind of put an organization against each other.
Mm-hmm.
where they, doesn't seem, it's conceivable, doesn't seem like they would not do that.
Yeah, and they know they know how we place our families and the love,
right,
and that overrides any profit or any gain, to where we'd rather devote our time and make ends meet to pay the rent and provide for our families than stopping on something that's not guaranteed. But if shit was guaranteed, everyone would be successful.
Right.
So people are scared to take that risk and just live the rest of their life with their head down, complying to everything they fucking throw at them.
Yeah.
I'd rather have, honestly, just me, which is, I don't know, I would rather have some fucking chaos in the ports for like a year and shit go fucking crazy as fuck. And out of that chaos, some order to come, rather than the rest of your life for future generations of port truckers living paycheck to paycheck or barely getting by and just like, yes sir, you want me to comply, yes this, yes that, oh I want you to comply with this, and you take all the liability, by the way I'll pay you the same, okay yes sir, I'm just an honest working man, I want to provide for my family, right. And you fucking know that, so that's why you will add all this shit to me. Yeah, but this hasn't been done, I believe, well not this way, it's been done many times, so that I've been told there's been many movements, but people have been let down, and with every time they get let down, the expectations and belief attached to that thought of change, they diminish.
Yeah.
So now I'm coming on the scene like, hey, I want to promote change. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. You're like the fifth guy. It can't be done, Yeah. But I truly believe it can be done. Yeah. And whether good or bad, it's taking a toll on my family in a way, because I don't regret it, but I do put a lot of time into this.
Yeah.
Like Sundays, I'm meeting with Gio. We're planning stuff. I get home and it's like we're in the time of social media. So I get home, I start looking on this, on social media, reaching out to people, liking, commenting, getting involved, and mailing stuff out, mailing stickers, giving shit away, selling shit, whatever,
Talking about the movement.
Investing in my own shit. Most of the stuff has been given away, and
the shirts, the hat, the
I don't
stickers.
mind, because it's for a good purpose, But I know eventually it'll pay off, and we will all benefit from it, and we just want to get the momentum going. Basically, it's just putting my money where my mouth is, I believe in it that bad, fuck it, I'll invest in it.
Yeah.
Same shit they should do with that clean air. You want it so bad, then fucking find a way to fund it. Like, stop digging in our pockets,
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're all holy about clean air. If there was no money behind it, would you really give a fucking shit about the ecosystem?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Would they?
It's a good question.
What if I have a zero emissions truck? Would you fuck off?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, we want to know the way that you fucking fuel that truck. How do you create energy for that truck?
Yeah.
Is your energy source how you charge that truck? Are you using generators? Are those clean air? Fucking keep working your way,
Yeah.
Their pockets are never fucking full. It needs to change to where, like, the hard-working motherfuckers reap those rewards and not people profiting off of us.
Yeah.
I'm just a trucker, man. I'm learning as I go. But I see something, and I can't be crazy. I just see some kind of injustice to where, like, I'm working my ass off, and I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. If I do this wrong because of this law, then I'll get fucked. But if I stop and comply, let's say I have to do the 10-hour reset for ELD.
That's money being lost.
I did the math. I'm missing out on like $1,500 or $2,000 a week if I have to stop those 10 hours. 10 hours every day, it adds up to that I could be rolling. And I decided when I'm tired, who the fuck are you? You never drove a truck.
Yeah.
We have some politician telling me how long I can drive for. They never done it. We should all be responsible for our choices, just like DUIs. You chose to drive drunk, you get the DUI. You killed someone, you get life.
Yeah.
Same shit with trucking. You kept going because you were tired. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Take your responsibility individually. But now it's like everyone falls under that. the rates are shit. If you stop, you don't meet the quota. If you keep going, you risk you'll meet the quota, but you risk getting that ticket where it's like $800 and a point and a half on your license. You know, if you get
you're fucked both ways.
yeah.
You know,
if you have
know.
hazmat and you get, I believe, 3 points, your shit gets suspended. If you got a regular license, which you get 5, you're a negligent operator, your shit gets suspended. You know, I've been suspended before.
Yeah.
I had to unload containers for like 6 months. It's a lot of shit that none of this shit made. It's to benefit us, it seems. Nothing. It's disguised as a benefit to us or the environment or the people, but you know, look at road tax. Look at all this. Your California tax dollars at work. You fill these fucking potholes. Is there a formula for that? Is that a profit-making formula?
Yeah.
Your tax dollars at work. You fill this fucking pothole. It rains. That shit dissolves. You drive past that shit the next day. That fucking pothole's there again.
Same thing.
Oh, we got the funds. Let's go fill it up again. Take money from that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. But I see all these little shit. Like, just the money-hungry ass state.
We're getting into politics again. And there's nothing wrong with that because
Yeah, okay, yeah.
no,
Unfortunately, it fucking runs our lives.
it does, and that's the whole thing I was getting to, where we can't avoid it. We can't avoid it, and you have to make a difference, right? And even if that means sacrificing a few things like your paycheck, you know what I mean? It's gonna sacrifice your paycheck, which it is
Once or your whole life.
You said it's already doing it. It's been done before. Your shit got suspended already once.
Yeah, but not everyone
Liable to
thinks
do
the
it
same.
again. So now, have you thought of is unionizing an option?
Oh yeah,
for
'cause we're
owner-operators?
independent. Brings me back to that. That's why, because we're independent contractors. We're not employees.
Yeah,
So
back to back.
we're independent contractors and not employees. So we can't be a union. We're independent. But when we talked about the name, he had said association, and we brainstormed some stuff. Eventually, we agreed upon society. It's a little more universal term, and we're not employees. We're a society. We're like a brotherhood. There's a different ways to define certain words, you know. You could define brotherhood as a society, and you could define society as a brotherhood. Just pick whatever fucking word you like better.
Yeah.
And we like society.
Yeah.
And so there's secret societies that are allegedly secret societies.
Yeah.
Not so secret if you fucking know their names,
Right.
but what goes on within the closed doors, that's secret. So
Right.
that's the secret aspect of them. But so I was just like, we're a society and we're here.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no secrets. We're coming. You know.
And the society is a lot stronger because that is what we are. Is we are a society, all of us, together, and it also opens up or leaves it open for not just because you have female drivers too, right, in your industry, and especially
Yes, more than ever, more than before.
right.
Yeah.
So now, calling it a brotherhood would obviously somehow,
Oh, in these times, yes.
You know,
Fuck my life. Yeah.
come on,
Brother slash
hashtag-
sisterhood.
hashtag me
Don't
too.
sue us.
In your actual field of containers, is there the same thing, the same amount? Like you have more female drivers now, or is that mostly just guys, male
More
driven?
than or more involvement?
Well, they're more involved now.
More involvement, yeah.
More involvement
Way more
now.
involvement. There's
Yeah.
couples that the dude started and then the significant other wants to support and he shows her the ropes and they create this good power couple and a team and that's
Yeah.
great, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, but regardless of the genders and sexual preference or whatever, the underlying problems or the treatment and the way how we can stay profitable, because it seems like there's an attack on owner operators and independent small business. I think I see how these big corporations want to take over, you know, and they're bullying the little guy.
Well, it's easier for me as a big company to pick on one person than to pick on a big company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Is that
And us as owner operators are independent. We want to stand up for ourselves, and we're more rebellious, and we're always a headache to them, I believe. And if they would just have everyone on point and be like, you're all employees and you're governed by this, you're governed by this company, and we have this company in our pocket, so we're gonna whatever we want to move forward to, this company will agree because we support them and they support us. But then we got these fucking owner ops over here worried about their best interests. Like, that's a bad thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a fucking bad thing. We're looking out for our families. And so I think it's a sort of bullying to where, like, look at these new trucks that they're coming up with. We already went through this once, you know. We're finally out of that burden. No more truck payments, most of us. And even in that time lapse, those trucks were already paid for.
Yeah.
Many times through these clean truck fees.
Yeah.
You know, that we don't know where that fucking money went because there was like a $70 per unit moved. We only got 20 from it. Where did the other 50 go? There's a whole lot of things going on within it that we don't understand, and the more we understand it, the more we could question it. Where is this money going? How come I didn't get none of that? I'm working. I'm a part of that movement that generated those funds for you. Why am I not getting compensated? You know?
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking over the little guy. And it's enough of that shit.
Yeah.
And I have more of a passion for it, seeing what, like, my dad's gone through, you know? All his fucking life. Why did he have to sell his truck? And this is personal, but I'll share it. Why did he have to sell his truck to go get surgery in another country that's more affordable? That's how serious it got.
He had to get surgery somewhere, so he had to sell his truck that he uses to pay for said surgery. He had to sell a truck.
Yeah.
His own truck to pay for that surgery.
Yeah. Either way, it was good timing. Look at all this shit going on right now. There's no work anyways. But still, it's like, you shouldn't have to do that. So our society, we want to look out for them and eventually have connections to where, like, we all get affordable health care, life insurance. If some bill's trying to pass and it's not to our benefit, we rally up the troops. If we need signatures, we got to get politically involved. We get those signatures, educate them, like, look, this bill, it seems like this, but this is how it's going to affect you, you know?
Yeah.
It could come as a disguise, like, it's a fee for this container, but maybe that fee, you got to ask, where is that fee going? What if in the long run, you're funding your own demise? What if that fee is going to be used to build different type of jobs that will take yours away? You want to know where the fuck it's going, you know? Be informed, be educated. Work smarter, not harder. Yeah. We've been working hard.
Right.
My dad's been working hard all his life. What does he have to show for it?
Right.
You know?
So the society that you guys created, is it, so it's based more of an informative thing, and is it also a like how are you guys as a society, is it just information based only, or are you guys supporting them as well? And then when I say them, I mean owner operators. So that's what you look at as far as,
and it's open to regular truckers too.
Okay.
Regular as in don't take that wrong, I mean regular as in a driver, because that's the word for a driver, a company employee, or, you know what I mean, by the hour.
But now a company driver is limited to where they can back up and support, because it's not, you know,
if it's a driver that's not part of a union, I think we would legally be able to have them on our side.
Okay.
But if they're part of a union, I don't know if that'll be a conflict of interest and all that. Like I said, dude, all we fucking know is load in, load out. I'll deliver this shit. I'll do what I have to do to get it there, you know?
Yeah.
Put in the time. And now we're transitioning from that to where, like, we're a business on wheels and we need to learn all these laws and all this business lingo. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean,
if you don't know all that
driving
shit,
in California, there's so much more that you have to comply with as far as laws than someone in Denver has to. You know, there's a lot less laws over there. I'm sure their laws aren't as regulated as ours in California. Now, that's another question. Why, like you just mentioned earlier, why is California so regulated than other states in the United States? You know, isn't it all the same, right?
Maybe more greedy reptilians live here than over there. They have a budgeting problem, obviously. And they always look to the people to fulfill their fucking fuck-ups.
Greedy reptilians. That's a strong word. It's a whole
spicing it up.
It's hey, totally different than lot lizards, right? I just learned. I just learned that the other day. I was like, I don't know what the hell's a lot lizard until someone had to school me on what a lot lizard was. Not so much a. I mean, it's in the reptilian. Look how quiet you are and how bashful you
I
are.
don't know.
It's your yeah. Anyways, we'll move forward.
Hey, what do you call a lot lizard walking around with a mattress on her back?
I don't know. I don't know.
Owner operator.
Trucker jokes.
INDEPNT. Do you know what that means? All right. Independent owner operator.
Do you see Containeroz Society becoming somewhat of a union?
I don't like to use the word union.
You don't
with
like to use it? Okay. Movement. Well, like you said, society.
Movement, society. But yeah, that's a fine topic that can get really heated depending on how people interpret it. So I'll shy away from it in a way, but let's just say based on actions, not opinions, actions and what I've experienced. When I hear the word union, it doesn't make me feel like it's in my favor or in my best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Union sounds like what's best for us. And if you're not in the union, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You don't matter.
Yeah.
It's not a mutual thing. So our society, we're going to be open to working with people, like work with carriers, work with terminals. What can we do to help you help us? I could honk all day. I can fucking cuss you out. I can fight you. I can damage your equipment. I could break your windows. I can do all kinds of stupid shit. But at the end of the day, what's the change? So let's just set all that shit aside and see what can we do. Look, I'll give you my intel. As an owner op, when I come in this way, this isn't working. You know, you're a businessman that sits in a cubicle. You think it works, but it doesn't. I'm telling you why. Because when I get to this point, this point interferes with this progress. You mind taking that into consideration? And there can be more momentum and more productivity. Shit like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, sure, Luis. So we'll try that. If it works, you know, numbers don't lie. Results don't lie. So if that works, you know, why create enemies? You know, like Gio says. Because at first I was more like, fuck everyone, fuck them. We're going to do like this, like, rebel crew, you know, like fuck him, you know. But that's not the way to go, you know.
Right.
My partner's like, you know, don't burn bridges. Let's just find a way to work. And I've I guess legal situations and life has matured me a bit, you know. And it's okay to take a chill pill and think it out, you know.
Yeah. Take losses as gains sometimes, you know. And well, going back to it though, like the society is not so much information based when you're out there. Oh, another potty break. When when you're out there,
getting a little thirsty though.
You're out there. You're out there rubbing elbows with the right people, taking those meetings that you weren't thinking of taking those meetings, you know, back in the day. Now you're doing them. Now you're out there. You just the other day you were out there taking a meeting, weren't you?
Yeah, because I'm a skeptic and I think everyone's the enemy, but
listen to that.
But there needs to be that
sounded nice.
A balance, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I mean,
you don't want paralysis by analysis to where what I've been doing, overthinking shit, but no action. So just don't let the uncertainties cripple your progress. Like, don't overthink it to where you're like, because if you play it safe, you're always gonna be safe, but don't complain when you don't have momentum and when you don't have gains. So it's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with like the knowledge or your bank account. You know, if you don't put in the work, it's not gonna grow.
Yeah.
You have to go out there. You might invest in something that's wrong. And
you have to put in the legwork. It's not just let me get on the podcast and talk all kinds of shit. No, let me put the legwork in. You're out there. You're like I said. You're talking to the right people, putting yourself in front of those people that are gonna make those big moves and big decisions and those kind of changes. The politicians. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And if they consider our opinion, that's already a big win, and we're humbled and honored that we could be heard finally. Maybe for some reason we'll approach them the right way and they finally hear us out, you know?
Yeah. There you go. That's the society. Let's talk about the design.
Oh, that design in particular?
Because we already know. Well, you told me, but we didn't tell the audience.
Oh, yeah,
that
that
you made that design here
Yeah.
just from sitting around, not having waiting around for your load,
stuck at Maersk.
and you created that design. Have you been able to elaborate a little bit on that design, or would this be the first time? And if you can you do so? And right here.
Can you see that? Is there? From my point, it's a glare on it, but it's basically a K, and it's made up of the left side is a container.
Yeah.
And it has our name, Containeros. And then next to that is the rail, and it stands for steady progress, puro para arriba, always onward, because it starts with like a slope, and once you get momentum, you go all the way up, boom, and then it has a ship, and then it has the road. We get it on the road, get rolling,
Yeah.
and it's all in one, and it's a K. I don't know, simple. We do rail, containers, road, ship, everything that has to do with a container all in one.
Everything that has to do with transportation. And that's one of those fields that I was telling you that is, in my opinion, just one of those fields that's just never going to die. Like, there's always going to be need for transportation. I don't care what kind of drones you have. They're not going to be droning around crates and crates of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thousands of pounds of goods.
Yeah. That's why I had asked you, why is it that this specific labor force is the one that they target to keep
It's easy.
dipping in our pockets?
It's easy, just like fuel.
Yeah.
You know, the same fuel that you use to operate your vehicle is the same fuel that is highly taxed, right? And shit. Another one is the stress that you get from driving. How many truckers do you know that smoke?
I had started it
because of
myself.
stress. I mean, people smoke because of stress. That's why they smoke, and
Yeah.
that's another field that always gets taxed and always gets shit. And the prices of cigarettes go up all the time. You know what I mean? So same shit. It's like it's easy work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talks about easy money. That's easy money, is it not? How do I get my pocket fatter?
Easy money, but where do I get the easy money when I have health concerns? And you spend your whole life, what they call it being a chucho. Like,
What's that example for?
A chucho is like a trucker in the port game that will. Shout out to Chucho's LLC. Give them a follow. Am I allowed to do this?
Of course you are.
Say yes, because I don't take no for an answer. At Chucho's LLC, they're another container, support or movement related brand out there in the game, and so they chose their word properly, Chuchos. Basically, another word for hustler, or they'll do whatever to get it done,
Yeah.
Even cut the line, do whatever. They just get it done, and they're trained to go. Trademark. They got that line in there too. Trained to go. They just get it done. You sleep on it, they're gonna come up and take your spot.
Yeah.
And don't take it personal. I gotta get my shit done. I gotta get home to my family. The sooner I get my load, I get the fuck out of this terminal. Hey, bro, they're about to go to lunch, and you're over there bullshitting. So you left this little gap here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come in, get my load, get the fuck out. You wanna chill? I quédate, way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's the chuchos.
The when you said those they are gonna get their load. That they is growing, right? I mean, it's growing and growing and growing as far as the number of drivers or people that are coming in from other countries, are taking those spots and those loads, are swooping in. Does that make sense at all or anything?
Like a demand or an increase in drivers?
An increase in drivers? An increase of drivers, an increase of doing it for less money?
Yeah, in essence, we do it to ourselves, because when shit gets rough, see, some people, including myself, when I started, I thought a win is not a win all the time, because you could win a bid of like, let's say a contract for an account. You want to win so bad that you underbid your competitor by $20, but in the long run, in volume, that's gonna cost your company your operating cost. That's $20 that could have gone to your overhead, and now that's coming out of your profit. So so these companies, they'll win over an account, and you're the customer, right? And I'll charge cheap for the sake of calling myself a company, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm rolling for a couple months. Then when I go out of business, you were already charged so cheap that the next guy that has a legitimate business mindset quotes you a little high. You get offended and you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So now you're stuck on that low rate. And that's how rates get fucking fucked, you know? By people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they just want to... It's like they're playing trucking company, you know? And they fuck it up for everyone else. Even big companies, they're in agreement of how much they're going to charge. I forget the word for it, but if someone charges a little differently, they'll approach them like, hey, you're fucking up the rotation.
Yeah.
So we should do the same. We should all get on the same page. We're going to charge this much. And if someone comes and fucks up the rate, like, X them out, like, you know?
Slash his tires. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Talk to him. Talk to the person. Mention them. Yeah. Mention to them the society. Mm-hmm. Bring them along and explain to them about what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. Right?
Yeah, and that's why we want to educate, you know, first hand ourselves, so that we could provide the right info. Because I would hate to be promoting the wrong shit and mislead the people. Right. You know? And so in that aspect, it seems kind of stressful sometimes. Like, I really don't want to fuck up, you know? Yeah. But if I don't do it, I don't know, you know? Like, I don't really want to wait around for someone to save me. And I just want to do it. Yeah. You know? So I figure if I start off with that I don't know everything, but I'm doing my best, and I genuinely have an interest in things to get better, then for what it's worth, if they'll accept it, then let's move forward, you know? Yeah. Join us. We have meetings once a month. We're trying to keep them steady, and every meeting has a topic and to build knowledge. And with the knowledge, you'll make the right choices, and hopefully your business can grow.
So it's no longer just everybody get together, let's drink some beers and talk shit about what was going on. It's more like let's get informed.
Yeah, action. Yeah. That'll do more. Because the executive directors and all these people that have political pull and can have some kind of impact, if they were to take your suggestion into consideration, they're nowhere around when you're in the port bitching and honking or fighting each other for a chassis, you know? Yeah. They're nowhere around. So all that doesn't do shit, you know? We got to play their game and get smart. Yeah. Politically involved is the best way we can describe it.
Well, I would hate to end the show with some like stories of just lot stuff, but I say why not? Fuck it. It's there's nothing right about my podcast anyways. But can you share some of your stories, like what happens at the ports, some of those crazy stories about? Because I know when we first met, you told me I got some stories about ports, the port stories. And that's kind of what like hook, line, sinker for me, because I love stories and I love, storytelling is probably like the thing that makes podcasts great. So would you be able to elaborate on some of those stories that you kind of mentioned to me before?
There's stories that people fighting for chassis.
We've seen some of the videos if you guys follow Luis on Instagram. But we've seen some of the videos. But
at KONTAINEROZ. And my business partner or society partner, whatever you want to call it, is at KONTAINEROZ _Society. Yeah. Yeah, and as far as stories, there's stories people shitting inside empty containers because they couldn't wait any longer. Yeah. Just people shitting their pants. A friend of a friend shit his pants once, and he had been waiting for hours. Yeah. And at that point, you're like waiting for the machine, and it's the highly coveted spot. Once you get to your spot, it's like the best.
When you say your spot, that's the load The load spot.
Imagine Legos lined up from here to you, and it starts at 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Let's just say. So if your container is a certain size, you grab that size chassis, and you go to that spot. So you're working your way to that spot. If this whole line is full of chassis and people lined up, there's no room, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as the machine comes and gives this guy in position 1 his fucking can, that creates a space. So the next guy pulls up, but his spot is 10. So he has to wait for the machine to go up and free up some space. Then he works his way up. It's fucking chaos, bro. So when you get to your spot, that's like, oh, finally I can chill in the sleeper, and I'll just wait till I hear the machine come and relax. You know? But so imagine waiting 2 hours and you finally get there, and then you've already been there an hour or more, and then nature calls. Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
You know? And if you're in a position where that machine finally comes and they're gonna require you to move your chassis up a bit to line it up with the load, and you're not there and you're busy taking a dump, what's gonna happen? They're gonna skip you, and then who knows when he'll be back, because mind you, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, all these other fucking spots they gotta clear.
Yeah.
So shit happens.
Literally. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the fights? Why is it that you guys, some of these videos are like these dudes fighting and talking shit to each other, trying to throw bats at each other? What is it that would entitle you guys to fight? Not you particular, but you know,
a lot of these guys,
people cutting in front of
they
each
have
other,
already been. A lot of times they had already been spending a lot of time outside, waiting to get in there.
Yeah.
There's a line outside to get to the entrance area.
Yeah.
From the entrance to the pedestal, which is where you do your transaction, there's another line. From there to your actual point where the container will get removed or applied, sometimes there's a line there. And then sometimes there's a line to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get out, and there's traffic, and then you get to the customer. There's waiting time to get unloaded, and then there's traffic coming back,
So
and then there's a
lines
line.
and lines and lines all the time.
Yeah. I think millions a year is lost to waiting time revenue that we never get any of.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, people that don't do the actual driving want to tell us when's a good time to start getting paid. So we're independent contractors, but then they want to give us guidelines of when we start getting paid to wait, like if we're employees. So there's some shit that we need to ask questions about. There's a lot of shit. Carriers will be like, it's Christmas. I got Fidel over here. He's a hard worker. Hey, bro, you want to work on Christmas? I got 3 containers for you, right? You're like, yeah, I'm a hard worker. Yeah, you're a stupid worker, because this carrier is charging holiday pay to the customer.
Yeah.
But you never knew about it. Shit like that, you know? Or their customers, this carrier is charging the customer like $85 an hour waiting time, and they give the owner operator $30, you know? And they're not doing any other waiting.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit like that we gotta investigate and be aware, and like whatever's due to us, just pay us that. We don't want your cut, you know? Just whatever's fair. But obviously it hasn't been fair for a while, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of shady shit, man.
It almost seems as if you would have to get even though you don't like it, you would have to get unionized to do something like that, because now, okay, let's just say you come in and you go, nah, I'm not going to do that load. I'm not going to make that drive. I'm not going to make the drive. I'm not accepting the load because I'm going to do it if I get paid this much money. If I know that you're charging more because it's holiday, I'm going to charge more too. Now, what if they come in behind you and go, no, dude, fuck that dude. I'll do it. What are you going to pay? Okay, yeah. I'll do it. Because I'm working in volume and not as so much as to what I'm going to get paid.
But by that time, we want to look out for them so much that it wouldn't make sense to go against us if you're on that part of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So owner operator not being part of the team, it wouldn't make sense. It'd be better to be with us than against, either with us or against us. You know.
How are you going to benefit from my paycheck? How am I going to benefit from joining the society? How's that going to benefit my paycheck? If I'm worried about paying bills.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So I'll be like, let's do an example. Let's say that magically the society creates a win, and now we're getting you as an owner operator paid the full $85
Yeah.
waiting time instead of 30.
Hmm.
You were being robbed of what?
The 20 or whatever.
55
Yeah. Oh,
$55, right?
yeah.
Let's say
I'm
hypothetically
terrible at
speaking,
math. I'm sorry.
let's say hypothetically speaking
Yeah.
that we're gonna charge each member $30 a month,
Hmm.
right? So it's gonna bother you that the society benefits $30 from you when it's representing you to earn your full potential.
Hmm.
So you were getting robbed 50 an hour. In 1 hour that you wait, your membership paid itself, and on top of that, you're making profit.
Hmm.
So it's gonna it'll sell itself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at first I had a problem with approaching it in a sense of let's charge them, but we're not there yet. But we're building up. We're showing with actions. Like we created a Containeroz card where it's like, and it's free right now to give you a taste of what it's like of someone giving a shit about you.
Hmm.
You go somewhere, you show it, you get that discount. No one gives you shit. We're in an industry as an owner op where it's only taken, and if we're over here, truckers self-funded, out of our paycheck right now
Right.
because the society's not rolling yet. Like as far as like checks are rolling in from members, right? We're still funding it ourselves, and from the people that we add on to promote, like the businesses that'll give you a discount, they give a donation, but at the end of the day, it all runs out, right? But so we're already like trying to prove to you that we give a shit by starting off with a free product.
Yeah.
So eventually that card's gonna be members only, and by then there will be a ton of other member benefits
Right.
linked to it.
Hmm.
But right now we're giving everybody a taste of it so they can know what it's like to be a member of something, be a
Yeah.
part of something.
Yeah.
And if they don't understand the fact that it has to be funded by the people, that's why it's by truckers for truckers, because
Yeah.
we're gonna be self-funded,
Mhm.
And anyone else that wants to donate, carriers, we could help the carriers help us. The carriers get fucked by the steamship lines all the time.
Yeah.
There's a ton of space in the terminals for empties, but they don't want the empties. Why? Because they make more money off of charging you for that empty.
Hmm.
If you couldn't return it on time, they go, oh, sure, just make an appointment. You go to make an appointment, they don't create any availability. But legally, they already offered you an option, which doesn't exist. So their hands are clean.
Hmm.
It's a big fucking mafia, and we need members with balls to go up against them. And who knows what the fuck's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
something has to happen.
Hmm.
It's
crazy.
just not fair. It sounds like we're bitching. It's just not fair,
No, I totally hear where you're coming from and everything.
It's coming out of my kid's mouth,
Yeah.
out of my family,
Yeah. Yeah.
Food on the table is getting brought down to the standards that we have to live on based on what they make us adapt to.
Mhm.
We have dreams. We're hustlers. We're hard workers.
Yeah.
We deserve better.
Yeah. No, and
I don't know.
I totally get all of that, dude. I do. I get all of it, but I still haven't been able to go away from the union part of it. Where, and I know, and I keep going back to, because you don't like it. I know, and I keep going back to it. But if said was to happen, right, you get the membership involved. You're now what considered you're a union. You would be considered a union, correct or no?
No.
I mean, I know that you're trying to get away from it, but like Teamsters, for example, right? Big union. Same thing. You pay a membership fee, but you're getting this big, huge company, Teamsters, that's backing you up on it. So if it was to a point where consumer goes, hey, you know what? Fuck Containeroz Society, because they're starting to stir shit up over here.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. But for the consumer, nothing wrong with that for the owner operator. But for consumer, I'm like, hold on, they're gonna hurt my paycheck here. I need to move this product, but these guys don't want to do it. I'm gonna lose money by moving. No, I'm gonna make less money, not lose money. I'm gonna make less money by going with the Containeroz, because because they have this big power behind them. They got a big powerhouse. No one's gonna move anything because now they're liable. You know, now they feel like, hey, they want to make more money. I'm only playing devil's advocate here.
That's okay.
I'm only playing devil's advocate here. So you're gonna have to prepare yourself for something like that. That's like, you know, in pharmaceutical terms, that's big pharma, right? You know, that's a big company coming in now. Now they're gonna go, hold on, we're gonna fight for you. You know, are you prepared for all that stuff? Are you you know, you yourself, are you prepared for all that? I know you have a big team.
Personally speaking, the way things are going, I can't live off of a union wage, and I don't want to use names because I haven't really sat down with them, or I don't know what they're about entirely, but I don't want to create enemies without even knowing where we stand on each. You know what I mean?
Right.
I respect whatever everyone's doing, and if their vision is to benefit employees and the drivers, that's cool. But my interest is to care for the best interest of my members, which is owner ops, and it seems like it's going extinct because big corporations want to have control. Amazon. They want to have control. So ideally, if you have all these drivers and they're your employees, they just have to do what you say, right? They're not gonna question shit.
Right.
But us, we always question everything because we want to profit. We want to provide for our families our way, because we know the cost of living goes up. You know, like rent has gone up. I'm leasing a home. It's gone up 100 every year.
Yeah.
The rate to Ontario hasn't gone up shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I work just as hard. It doesn't go up. And so shit like that, you know. And as a company driver, which most, not all of them, end up as a part of a union, the average is like 800 take home after taxes for a week, right? So I can't survive on that, personally. So that's why I'm all about the owner ops and independent. This is like a part of your dream to be your own business.
Yeah.
You take a higher risk to make a little more. And we should be entitled to that choice. It shouldn't be like what do you call that? It shouldn't be forced that we're all going to have to be drivers. No, you have a choice. You want to be a driver, keep it cool, chill, by the hour, relax. But it comes with your, you know.
With the territory of it.
Where you sow.
Yeah.
You know, you want to chill, you're going to get paid less. Get benefits, cool. We risk not having benefits if we don't manage our money correctly. So that's where we need to get educated and invest properly, so that when we're older, just because you make $3,000, $5,000 a week, it doesn't mean it's all profit. You got to start setting aside for your future.
Yeah.
Independent action towards a better retirement. So no offense to anyone, but that the other option seems like you want to be babysat. You know, you want this company to cover your ass when it's time. What if they go out of business or bankrupt? And what are you left with now? You know, this 401k shit, something about baby boomers, it affected a lot of people, and all the baby boomers, they were getting, you know, if they all cash out at the same time, it totally fucks up the payout for everyone else and shit like that, you know, like you're still at the hands of the corporation.
Yeah.
And we're more about we can handle it. We're gonna get educated. We got this. Just pay us what's right, you know.
Yeah.
And I may be fucking wrong, but I think I'm onto something.
No, dude, I totally think you are,
You know?
because and I only played that part because I wanted you to know, like, hey, this isn't gonna be easy.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're gonna go through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I think that if you don't do it, no one else is, and if someone else does it, they're probably not gonna have their best interest as an operator, just because you've been there, you've done it, and you're still doing it.
Yeah.
You're probably the best person for it at this point right now. And you say you have a good team, and that's the best thing, is starting something on your own is very difficult. Creating something and then bringing in the right people, because you have to learn to be able to delegate and to distribute that work. Like you concentrate on this, you concentrate on that, you concentrate on that. Come together as a team, and then
together is a big word. Teamwork, you know. I won't say names, but I'm on my 4th trucking company.
Yeah.
And the 3 before that have all failed, or haven't even like gain momentum. And on this fourth one, actually this morning we just had an agreement, on percentages, right? And the percentage is smaller of ownership. But then you got to think of, if you want to be selfish and have something 100% to yourself, what do you prefer? Like 100% of 10,000 or 25% of 1,000,000? Yeah. And teamwork is a big deal. Yeah. So sometimes we stop our own progress because of our selfishness and greed. Yeah. So it just took 3 fuck ups to come up to that.
And that's it. And that's
a huevo. I want to do it. I want to be like, oh, I did it on my own. Yeah. But sometimes just you work with what you have.
Yeah. But that you just said it right now. Like you need a fuck up before to get better. Yeah. The matter.
They don't want to fuck up. That's the thing. Yeah. They don't want to. They want to show all this shit on social media. They want to show this $300 bag. Well, that's they want to show a $300 bag with $10 cash in it. Yeah. But they don't want to show their flaws. No. So it makes everyone else think that they suck.
Or they don't want to show. They don't want to show the hard work that it took to get the $300 bag or whatever price tag on the bag is. And that's sometimes you need to. Like that's the problem with social media, and that's a whole nother podcast. We'll have to get into that another day. But
it doesn't make it seem like they're born with it. Yeah. Like
there's a lot of hard work. I'm not born with it. Yeah. You weren't born with the silver spoon in your mouth?
Hell no.
It was
been all over the place.
It was more like brushed nickel or satin.
Yeah.
Dude, this was fun. Are you okay, man? You have to go pee again, huh?
Yeah, another pee break.
Another pee break. Wow, hey, instead of the pee break, let's just end this podcast. How's that sound for you? Yes?
Rude. But yeah, let's end it.
No, we'll just sign off.
Yeah. Hey, it's an endless thing, man. It could go on forever, but yeah.
we say end, but it's more of like just we'll close the book, the chapter. We'll end this chapter. We'll start on another one. We'll bring in Gio. We'll bring in some of your guys. We'll have a little discussion. I would say let's bring in the opposition. We'll bring in the opposition. We could have a little discussion. Why not?
That'd be great.
That'd be fun to do. I could be the mediator.
Do your research and get the opposition based on what you think is the opposition.
Yeah, we'll do something. It's fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be good for business.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, with that said, this is Fidel Talking Again podcast. This is The Tap here signing off with Luis from Containeroz Society. So there you have it. Again, thanks again for tuning in. Follow him. We'll tag it. Or don't. We'll tag it down below. If not, get yourself some gear. It's available.
Containeroz.com.
Is it available to purchase?
Containeroz.com.
Boom. Containeroz.com. Adios. We'll see you. Once again, this is Fidel Talking Again podcast. This is The Tap. Make sure you guys are following us on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Subscribe, share, leave comments and reviews. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts.